An inspection by the police watchdog also revealed some officers and staff had not been vetted since they started their careers. The force is now being advised to carry out an urgent review to make sure all of its officers and staff have been through the proper process. His Majesty's Inspectorate of Constabulary in Scotland wants vetting to be repeated at least every decade. Police Scotland's Deputy Chief Constable Alan Spears said the safeguarding of the force's values and standards has never been stronger. The convictions of Sarah Everard's killer Wayne Couzens and multiple rapist David Carrick led to a nationwide check of all police officers in the UK. Police Scotland to increase vetting of staff. Police stupid not to increase vetting ex-chief. The serial rapist and abuser in a police uniform. How a police officer plans Sarah Everard's murder. That process is still underway in Scotland, but in the meantime Mix has found gaps in Police Scotland's vetting system. They include no easily identifiable requirement for officers or staff to notify of any off-duty criminal conviction, offence, or charge. No requirement to report relevant changes of circumstances, such as change of partner or change of address. No process for reviewing vetting clearance following misconduct. No system for the withdrawal or suspension of recruitment vetting. Mix is now calling for the Scottish Government to introduce legislation which would allow Police Scotland's Chief Constable to dispense with the service of an officer or staff member who cannot maintain suitable vetting. It is also recommending an annual integrity review for all staff, to highlight issues such as convictions and misconduct. A report on designated posts which require working with vulnerable people should be carried out as a priority, according to the report. The inspection followed the sacking of Met Officer David Carrick in January after he pleaded guilty to 49 offences against 12 women over 2 decades. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said the 48-year-old officer's crimes were an absolutely despicable abuse of power which needed to be addressed immediately. Police Scotland then announced that it would now check all 22,000 staff against national databases. The force said the move would further enhance its vetting measures. Following publication of the latest report, HM Chief Inspector of Constabulary in Scotland Craig Naylor said effective vetting was vitally important to assess a person's integrity. He added, "There is no doubt the public's confidence in and the reputation of policing has been damaged by officers who have behaved inappropriately and broken the law." Significant steps have been undertaken following recent high-profile cases in England to ensure that officers and staff have been checked and any risks identified, highlighted, and managed appropriately. Vetting should not be viewed in isolation or as a standalone process and must be part of an overall system to identify and manage potential risks posed by officers and staff. Deputy Chief Constable Alan Spears said more than 5,000 officers and staff had been vetted to an enhanced level with annual reviews. He added that the force would now ensure all roles have the right clearance levels. "We've invested to enable additional checks for new recruits before they are sworn into office and, working with staff associations and unions, we are introducing a program of re-vetting," he said. "We know the onus is on us to earn public confidence and will carefully review this report to identify any further improvements which can strengthen our vetting."